the world, this is the class you hate.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't pick out the best one, and I don't envy their job coming in.
Now, have you had to judge this class? Have you ever had to judge a costume class?
I've never had to judge a costume class. I've judged quite a few rodeos, and I've judged some horse shows.
Uh-huh.
But that's kind of how I got into the announcing arena.
Okay.
I was judging a rodeo, and we were bucking a pretty bad pen of bulls, so you're having to watch your back.
Uh-huh.
Came up a really bad thunderstorm, and the guy that was doing the announcing said, folks, the lightning's getting pretty bad. I'm gonna shut it down, and I'll be back to you with the results. And I thought, you know, he's in the dry, he's in the warm, he's not getting run over by bulls, and I can talk.
Yeah.
So that's about 30 years ago.
So that sold you, didn't it?
Yeah, about 25 years ago, that launched my announcing career at 30.
That is great.
Okay.
Now, why don't you tell us who all we've got in this costume class there, Randy?
Well,
we've got a number of them.
We have Little Bo Peep. No, we can't see their numbers.
No.
We're going to run down the list right here, and then we'll come back and try to tell you who they are as we're looking at them as you watch them come in, and this is in no order. Connor Boston is Callie. Now, we'll explain, too, that we're equal opportunity mispronouncers. If we mess up your name the first time, we apologize. We'll try to get it wrong before the night's over. And Connor is riding Callie. Wyatt Burchett is on Spot. Shira Stroffer is on Little Man. Colby Gearing is on Honey. Justin Culbertson and Lenny Clark are riding Ragdoll. Lexi Parham is riding D. Lacey Addison Simpson is on Lacey. Chase Duncan is riding Rose DeSharon. We've got Riley Hurst and Happy, Cole Walker and Clyde, Lakeland Gordon and Jarbo and Brooklyn Gordon and Peg. And you're going to be seeing some of these names a little bit later. Oh, we've got Savannah Lovell. She's on another sheet. Catwoman, Batman, and Bat Dog.
Yeah, that
the
one was
supers.
pretty funny. Peter Pan. We saw a Peter Pan costume. There looks like Scarlet. Let's see. Some really interesting costumes out here.
They've done a lot of work, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. 129.
All right, there's our surfer. I didn't see his number.
No, I looked for a number.
That's Cole Walker and Clyde. Clyde's one of our Middle Tennessee Junior Rodeo Cowboys, and Clyde's a roping horse, barrel horse. And looks like Clyde's out for surfing tonight.
Yeah.
123. That's Little Man and Shira Skyhoffer.
Can't tell if that's a wedding dress or a circus-looking theme. I can tell. There's
we can go with
Scarlet.
wedding.
And that is 129, so that's Lacey.
Addison Simpson and Lacey.
That's right.
Now that's another third-generation Putnam County cowgirl. I'd say Lacey belongs to
75 Shrek. There's Peter Pan. Now that was
Bound for Far Away, Shrek and Fran.
Connor Bastian there you see right now with Callie. Dressed up like Peter Pan and Hook. And there's
Boston.
the one that you were talking about.
Yeah, that's Wyatt Burchett and Spot. Now, doing the driving there is a lady that's won a lot of our events here at the fair. Quite a show lady herself. And Granddaddy's in the lead of the Noble Steed.
Yeah, that's great. And there you see the little girl going past is that Lexi Clark?
I think that's Lexi.
Justin Robertson on Ragdoll. We're trying to catch all these names here for you as they go by. There's a cute little cowboy. Number 125 is Colby Gearing on Honey. And you just then saw the little clowns. That would be Lakeland Gordon.
There are the supers. That's Catwoman, Batman, and Bat Dog.
Bat Dog. I love that Bat Dog.
You know,
She's got a lot to handle there, though.
Every year, the Lovels outdo themselves. Last year they were an airplane. I think the year before they were a Harley.
Oh, you're right.
Complete with headlight.
Yeah. Pretty cool. There you see 123. That is Shira Schroeder.
You try that one. I've butchered it twice.
Wow,
It's your
let's
turn.
see. Shira?
Now, these are handwritten
Schroeder?
names, folks, so not to say
I'm not
anybody's handwriting
positive.
is bad.
No.
It's very
Actually,
neat.
pretty good.
And the judges asked that they be brought in and lined up. They're facing the North Grandstand.
And now, who has to judge this one? Can you tell who's out there that's...
I think Jason Todd saw him taking a hard look with his clipboard. And
okay.
if he is the wise man that I think he is, he's enlisted the help of Kimmy Joe. So they're both judging this event.
Right.
Of course, Greg Boston is Captain Hook with his back to you right there.
Oh,
you might not
who that
recognize
is.
him from Exotic Tropicals. He doesn't go around with a hook. And Beth
I see him.
Beth is leading. There's Wayne Shores leading Amy Burchett in. That's his
this will
daughter
be
and
fun
granddaughter.
to be able
grandson.
to see them all there. There's a knight in shining armor.
Yeah, it looks like both of our judges are hard at work.
Oh,
All
my
right,
goodness. Now he's going to surf.
Well,
oh, that's
Cole's
too
going to
wild.
hang 10 on Clyde. Yep, he's doing the
That
hula.
is great now. That is too funny.
If you know
crowd's gonna
Cole, you
love
understand. If you don't know Cole, that's Cole. All right, that's our two together, which
That was
is
the clowns.
probably
Lakeland Gordon, maybe? I'm not positive.
probably Ragdoll, Winnie Clark, and that was the Pink Princess, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the numbers. Now the numbers might have gotten mixed up.
Right.
There's our bat.
Oh,
bat.
That dog
children.
looks awful noble right there.
Yeah.
And
Great
of course,
looking
there's the
bat
Simpson
dog.
family.
Yeah.
I think that's
Peter
Peanut Simpson
Pan.
doing the leading. I'm not sure. She'll kick me for that
There you go.
later.
You'll be in
She'll
big
get me
trouble.
for
And
that.
Little Bo Peep, did you see that Little Bo Peep's?
She's wandering around.
Well, it dressed like a sheep. Her horse is dressed up like a sheep.
That's number
isn't that right?
128. Yeah,
look,
she's riding her
Little Bo
sheep.
Peep and her sheep.
That's Lexi Parham.
That's great.
And she's kind of walking around. I thought you were going to say that she's lost her sheep,
Well.
and that's why she's walking around. But Little Bo Peep is actually riding her sheep.
Right.
Kind of does away with the doesn't know where to find them part. Unless Little Bo Peep got really whacked in the head hard.
Yeah, really. That'd be bad. I just love that whole serpent thing. That was great. Him standing up on that horse.
That's Cole. And Clyde's, you know, look at the horses. Look at all these horses, the way that they've
so
got all the stuff
calm.
on them, and they're, you know, you make a sheep out of a horse, or you've got, you turn a ship into a horse, complete with
Yeah.
sail, and you see that when standing there, Greg Boston and his family, and you see, yep, there's the ship and Peter Pan and the Boston family. Beth is Wendy. But the
That's
horses have
great.
got to be good old broke souls. Beth barrel races that horse.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, she competes on him in barrel races, and you normally don't think of competition horses like that as being calm
So
enough
calm.
to make a ship out of.
Mm-hmm.
Beth did a lot of training on that horse herself, and she's done an excellent job with him. I think our judges are making a few last-minute stops, and it looks like Cole's petitioning for some more crowd.
Is he doing it again?
He's
He
wanting the
gets there.
applause meter to go
Oh, there
off.
he goes. He is wanting it to
Yeah.
go off.
Somebody needs to take a picture of this, and save it for his senior annual.
Yeah, that is the truth. That'd be perfect.
Amy Shores, and Wyatt, Wayne Shores, and Donkey. Talk about the great horse business we have in the area. Wayne Shores is one of the best farriers in the Upper Cumberland area. As many of them are, they come from being good horsemen first,
Right.
and then go into the shoeing profession, into the farrier profession.
I guess there's a lot of need for that.
There
I
is.
mean,
I'd like to see a census on our horse population in the Upper Cumberland, but it's
large.
It's large. I thought the judges had made their decision, but it looks like.
Well, he brought something up here.
Looks like Sir Lancelot's still got his sword ready to go.
We'll see if Drew's got our winners for us. Oh, is that right?
Being our media outlet in the Upper Cumberland.
Thank you.
You have for years.
Was not indicated. There was some on the back of the page, and there was 169 Savannah Lovell, and she was Catwoman, Batman, Bad Dog. These. We'll have your winners in just a moment.
All right. Well, I'm just trying to check and see exactly what Drew's saying, but I'm not sure we can catch that. So we may have to repeat your winners for you. There you see, this is the costume class again. And we've had terrific entries. I believe we've got like 12 or 13 entries, don't we?
13 entries.
In this class.
Yeah, if you just turned on your TV, don't leave. It's okay. You are watching WCTV. This is the Putnam County Fair, and this is the County Horse Show. Although you see little Bo Peep riding her sheep around the arena.
That's right. And this is the County Horse Show night that's being brought to you tape delayed here. And Randy Adams, and I'm Becky Roberts-McGurr, and we're going to be your host for this evening.
We talked earlier, and the years that I've been working with you and had the pleasure of working with your crew here, we've always been live.
Right, you're right.
And we're delayed this year, but you've got some new stuff coming.
Right,
for us, don't you?
We do. We've got some new equipment coming in, and we're going to be doing some, hopefully next year we'll be bringing you back live coverage. And it'd be really interesting to hear from folks if it, which they preferred, actually. It'd be kind of interesting to know.
And be sure and you hear, well, here we go with the awards.
Okay.
Let's see if we can pick up
see if we can hear them out.
Number 151, that's Cole Walker, riding Clyde. So Cole, right on down and get your award. Make your ride right on down to the end of the ring here at the shelter and the announced area. Right in front of the stage, the awards will be presented. And that first place, Cole Walker, riding Clyde. Second place, you're going to be riding down for your award. Second goes to 129, Addison Simpson, riding Lacey. 129 gets the second award. Third place, third. You're going to ride down for third place, 169, Savannah Lovell. Catwoman, Batman, Bad Dog, the Supers. Savannah Lovell, third in the class. Fourth award, fourth, right on down, entry number 126. 126. That looks like Lene Clark, is it? It is Lexi Clark. Lexi Clark along with Justin Robertson. 126 is fourth. And your fifth award, fifth, goes to entry number 123. That's Shira Shopler.
As the fifth place winner.
Yes.
And that would be Shira Schrofer. I'm going to say Schrofer.
Okay.
Not positive of that.
Well, the PH, or the PF, Schrofer.
Right. We're going to go with that.
Shira
Schrofer.
Schrofer, or Shyla Schrofer.
Great looking costumes.
All of them.
Terrific
There
job.
was not a loser in the bunch.
They really just did a wonderful, wonderful job with that. And congratulations to all the winners. And all the contestants really who participated in this, really great. Lots of fun here tonight at the Putnam County Horse Show.
And that's going to bring us to our next class, which is going to be Pleasure Ponies.
All right, but first, Suzanne Bassell is with us. I believe she's got our little winner.
She got the surfer dude.
I'm telling you.
Cole Walker.
Great. He's going to be looking great. Stay right there, Cole. Those moves, those were the best moves, you know?
Oh, he's not short on moves. And now's a really good time to get his autograph.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get expensive in a few years. And right now you could probably get it for free.
All right, we're going to turn it over to Suzanne whenever she's ready to take it away.
Mr. Cole Walker and his mother, Myra. Oh, who came up with this idea? I want to call you a surfer boy.
Yes,
Tell us what you are.
I'm a hula girl.
A hula what?
A girl.
A hula girl. But you're really a boy, aren't you?
Yeah.
I thought that was Cole. And this is Cole's mother, Myra.
Yes, ma'am.
He's the son of Myra and Randy Walker. And so you were the one that came up with the idea?
Yes, ma'am. But he's been riding for a long time, and he's comfortable enough to stand up on the horse.
Well, that's what was so great. Just to see you take care of that horse all by yourself, you were really good. You did a great job.
Yep.
Thank you for coming up and talking to us.
You're welcome.
And thank you for bringing him up.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, we'll go back to the show.
All right, we're back that was great. That was a great interview.
Cole Walker, of course, one of the sons of Randy and Myra Walker. That was Myra, mom there behind him.
Yeah.
Brother Ben's an awful good calf roping hand. And
So
team
now,
roper.
did you tell me he'll be competing in a rodeo?
Yes, ma'am.
That little bitty guy?
The Middle Tennessee Junior Rodeo Association is one of the few, if not the only, in the country that has classes for ages 5 and under.
Really?
We do. It's the oldest youth
Unbelievable.
rodeo association in the state of Tennessee.
Wow.
And yeah, we have classes 5 and under. They have mutton busting and dummy roping, and they compete in barrels and poles and goat ribbon pulling.
Oh, really?
Sure do.
That's amazing. So now what does he compete in?
He mutton busts and he dummy ropes and
Really?
he goat ribbon pulls and he runs barrels and poles. He's an all-around cowboy.
Wow. And how old is he? Like,
I think Cole's 4 or 5.
okay.
Get his autograph now.
Get it now before it's too late.
We are coming in with our next class, which is Pleasure Ponies. Now, these ponies are 52 inches and under. The boy or girl riders have to be 11 years old and younger. So our ponies are smaller, but our contestants are younger as well. And it is judged on the pony itself. So you're going to see a cross here of different riding styles.
Okay.
Not only Western, English, walking horse.
Uh-huh.
There you see an example of one of our Western riders in complete Western attire. In this class, we have 6 entries. Number 137 is Sunny, ridden by Kristen Hooks. Number 44 is Happy, with Riley Hurst on board. 148 is One-Eyed Jack and Haley Julian. 156 is Brad Clark on Turbo. Wild Thing is being ridden by Kelsey Bussell. That's number 161. Rising Star Command and Justin Robertson is number 166. And I don't have a number for Alex Lacamore.
Where's that?
Lacamore?
I guess Lacamore.
He's riding let's hope he's riding Moonshine.
There you
I
go.
think since it's a youth class, and the county fair probably is. Kelsey, of course, one of our 161, she's one of our junior rodeo contestants as well. And there you see Kelsey. She's a barrel racer and a roper,
Oh, okay.
pole bender. She's an all-around cowgirl.
Now, pleasure ponies, you may have just said that. Are these walking
These can be anything.
anything?
You were
Okay.
busy making notes.
I was making notes. I'm sorry. You already said that. Now,
you're-
what is that
You're
little
doing
bitty one?
that's a pony, Becky.
It doesn't, it looks like it's a little pony.
It's a little pony because her shoulder is just up to the rail. And,
Was that known as a Shetland pony? No.
Not necessarily. Well, we think of them as Shetland ponies.
Okay.
It's a rough pony.
It's a
Watch her.
ripping to go
She's doing
pony.
her best and getting bounced all over the place.
Yeah.
We call them Shetland ponies.
Okay.
In a generic sense.
Okay.
Shetland is actually a breed of pony. We call them Shetland ponies in a generic sense, though, because as we grew up, little horses were called Shetland ponies.
Right. So that was just it. That's just what we called them. Okay. And this is class number 4. Okay.
Class number 4, pleasure ponies. And they've turned away from us, so we can't see their numbers. We know that that is Kelsey right there on the Appaloosa pony.
Okay.
The judges asked for a lead change. She's asking him to kick up into a lope, and Kelsey's getting him on the right lead. Now, it'd be a lope or a canter, depending on your breed. As you can tell, ponies just go rough. You could
nothing smooth about a pony ride.
Well, you could take that pony and head to town with some. You'd have buttermilk by the time you got there if you came from the store. So.
That's right. They just move really quick. Now, and we saw someone earlier in English riding the tire. We saw that just a few moments ago.
And we saw our traditional walking horse attire. Makes it difficult for our judges. But what they're judging here is this.
Oh. That little pony got away. That little pony got away from that little girl.
He did.
But I think she's okay.
She's
just
fine.
Scared her bad.
We're picked up, and that was a little pony that was bouncing so rough a little bit ago we were talking about.
But you can't see that, but I think she's okay. I think
she's fine. She just got a little over to one side and got bounced a little bit hard.
Yeah. The pony took off. Unfortunately, people saw that was coming, so they kind of ran into the ring to get a hold of it.
And that's Haley Julian. She's one of our...
now that's a pretty tough dad there. He's putting her back on the...
That's one of our junior rodeo cowgirls, too.
Is that right?
It is.
The little girl?
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know the old saying, when you fall off, you got to get back on.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Terry's helping out there. And, you know,
everybody going to make
sure you've got one mom. You've got 3 dads. You got 2 moms, 3 dads, and we talk about the horse world being a community.
Right.
You know, everybody out there is a champion that's shown in the arena and worked with horses and people all their life. So.
Well, she's tough. She's a tough little girl. I'm really proud of her. Let's see. That is. You said Haley Julian?
That's Haley Julian.
Yeah. And One-Eyed Jack. One-Eyed Jack just got a little wild and crazy.
Well, One-Eyed Jack is One-Eyed Jack horses are a breed.
Oh, really?
Of quarter horses.
Okay.
The One-Eyed Jack breeding, and they're all what we call little owl-headed.
Uh-huh.
They're a little hard-headed, and One-Eyed Jacks tend to be a handful, and she definitely is riding a One-Eyed Jack bred horse tonight.
Well, she did a terrific job hanging in there.
Laura Beth Puckett out there helping out. You'll probably see Laura Beth a little bit later. And if you fall off, get back on.
Yep. It's an important lesson, really. It's tough to do. And, you know, and really, the horse was kind of taken off, and I think she kind of got knocked off under it because when you grab the reins, it's going to stop the horse, and then the rider's definitely going to fly. But they had to stop it because it was taken off. So.
Yeah, and she was headed toward the gate.
Oh yeah. The horse was ready to go to the barn. That old pony, wasn't it? There you see all of our riders. You see all of them. Kristen Hawks is on Sunny, and we've got Riley Hurst on Happy, Haley Julian on One-Eyed Jack, Brad Clark on Turbo, Kelsey Bussell on Wild Thing, Justin Robinson on Rising Star Command, maybe?
I think that's Command.
And Alex Connor is what it looks. I'm not really sure. This was written out kind of odd, so we're not positive of that name, and I apologize, Alex, on Moonshine.
And our results coming in now.
And we will find out who's going to be the winner out of this class.
Coming to the gate now is going to be our for our next class, number 5, the 4 and under park pleasure class.
Number 4, the Pleasure Ponies. And that first place award, you're going to ride down. So, Kristen, ride on down and get your award. Right down here at the gate. That's the first place award. Second place, you're going to be riding down for second place, Justin Robinson, riding Rising Star Command 166. You're second in the class. Right on down to the entry gate. Come on down. And your third award, you'll ride down number 8, Alex Lacamara, riding Moonshine, third in the class. That fourth place award, right on down, entry number 161, Kelsey Bussell, riding Wild Thing, fourth in the class. Fifth in the class, fifth award goes to entry number 156, Brad Clark on Turbo. Brad Clark, fifth in the class. Now,
You know, Becky, that was an interesting class. We saw Sonny and Kristen Hooks in Western attire take home first, and
Right.
had to be a very hard call with our second place winner, Justin Robinson, and Rising Star Command in traditional walking horse
Right.
dress. And with a walking horse, both of them groomed immaculately, represented their breed so very, very well, and did a great job. It was a good class all around.
Was a really good class and very impressive. These young riders, as you mentioned, when they start that early, you know, when you were talking about the junior rodeo and they're starting at 4 years old, I guess, you know, you can be a pretty accomplished rider fairly quickly.
We see a big smile on a champion cowgirl right now, and Suzanne's fixing to interview her.
All right, that'll be great. So we're going to turn it over here just momentarily to Suzanne Bissell.
Okay, I'm here with Kristen Hooks, who's just won the Pleasure Ponies 52 inches and under. Kristen, you did a terrific job, and you have a beautiful pony.
What?
Your parents are Philip and Kelly Hooks.
My parents are Philip and Kelly Hooks.
And how long have you been riding?
About a year or so.
What type of horse is this? I noticed that I didn't really think that it was a walking horse. It was built a little different. What kind is it?
A quarter horse.
A quarter horse. Oh, it was beautiful, the color, and it shined. You must have taken a lot of time cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Well, you did a terrific job, and thank you for coming up here and talking to us.
Thank you.
Hopefully she'll be in another class tonight. We'll watch for her.
We'll be watching for her. You know, just a year and a half, and she's done very well. She takes lessons, I believe, from Kim Dyer,
Uh-huh.
and she's done a great job.
Really good job.
Had a really good ride tonight.
And that was Kristen Hooks. And this is Class 5 coming in here. We've got a number of people
Got 10
in this
people in
class.
this
10
class,
people in
actually.
the class. Pretty good sized class.
It's our 4 and under park pleasure, no canter. Now this is for horses 4 and under. Obviously our riders look a little longer in the tooth than that.
Yep. And we've got a number of people in it. Now you said no canter. That means that.
Whether
And we're
you-
also going to see a variety of horses in here, right? Are
Right.
they're not all walking horses.
no, these are going to be.
Park pleasure horses.
You're
Which
going to
means
see
what?
primarily walking horses. in this
Primarily
class. It's a
walking
park pleasure class, which is a walking horse class. And I apologize, folks. I am not well versed on our walking horses. We usually have Deborah
Right.
set up here
Right.
and take care of all that for us. But these are young horses, and they're not going to ask them to canter just because they're not to that stage of their training yet.
Oh, okay.
You want to bring them in, keep them calmed and settled. A park pleasure will also speak to the way that they're shod and how they're expected to move.
Now, 4 and under, that's their age?
Age of
Is that
the horse.
their age? Okay.
So these are the youngsters of the horse world just starting their show career. And you can bring them into rings like this. They're not expected to canter. They're not expected to have built-up feet or maybe even a set tail in a park pleasure. So you're going to see a mix of your walking horse world in this class.
Now, you're going to see in the class Doug Garrison up on Famous Forever, Nikki Phillips on the Heavenly Star, Randall Phillips on Clean Slate, Vic Gert, is number 24 there, up on Reyes Treasure. Also, Carolyn Gert will be up on This Genius is a Lady. Kayla Bilbrey on Junior's Pride of Threat. Buddy Bartlett, Lost and Found. Craig Simpson up on What a Secret. Quentin Guppy on Bailey's Midnight Image. And Melanie Beckwith on Casper. So a number of folks, certainly folks that you've heard their names here many, many times before. A lot of experienced riders in here. And
These are the experienced riders because riding a younger horse, younger riders and younger horses don't particularly mix.
really,
It's rare when that happens. You want to put an inexperienced rider with a horse that can actually teach them. You've got very calm hands, and hand being a cowboy term for a person that rides and works horses. But you've got folks that are very good with their horses, very good at training and helping the horse do the right thing. If the horse does anything wrong 3 times in a row, it's committed to habit.
oh really?
It's going to take 21 times correct in a row to break that habit.
Oh,
So it's very critical at this stage in a horse's training that you have them with somebody that knows what they're doing, and that we don't build in those bad habits, so that this 4-year-old can be a very good 7-year-old and a world champion 8 and 10-year-old.
wow.
And then a good 18-year-old someday out here in this pen teaching the next generation.
Right. And you do see people, you do see families in here, you know. I know the Gernts and the Phillips, you're seeing families in here riding together.
Right. You are. It's an activity that takes a lot of time. We've got quite a few stables and trainers in the area that help people get started. You've got lots of places you can go if you just want to rent a horse. You've got Circle K, and they do a good job up there. Terry Adams gives a lot of lessons and starts people, particularly in Western events. You've got Kim Dyer, who does the same thing. We've got lots of training facilities in the area, so if you're interested in horses, this is something that you definitely want to test ride.
Yeah.
And you want to see, because there are a lot of work.
Right.
There are a lot of work, and it's a full-time job. It's a 24/7 job when you take on the responsibility and of
You have
having
to
a horse.
really enjoy it. You really want to, because you want to ride them. I mean, a horse, if you get a horse, they want you to ride them, right? I mean, that's something.
Yeah, and there's a relationship between you and a horse. There's a bond between a rider and a horse that it's very, very difficult to explain to folks that haven't been there. Deb and I ride a lot of Harleys, you know, and we've got a lot of friends that do that. We go on rides and we go all over the place, and we really enjoy that. But there's the relationship between
Not the
a rider
same
and a horse.
as a horse.
It's not the same. You're literally working with one of your best friends.
Right.
And the communications between these people, you know, we think of their hands, and we think of people screaming whoa or go or giddy up. The clues are so subtle, and you're working the majority of the muscles in your body. As we see our contestants move into the north stands and line up, they're cued with legs and feet and calf pressure, as well as thigh pressure, and how you set in the saddle, whether you're forward or back. Then your hands on the bit and the position, whether you're up or down. We see riders here reassuring the young horses as they bring them in.
And now, what will the judge look for here? Because these are different kinds of horses and different styles of riding.
Okay, it is a park pleasure class, so he's looking for a horse that is quite that, a pleasure to ride, goes easy in a natural gait, and walking horses are a separate subspecies than a quarter horse, so they move laterally, not bilaterally. The whole left side moves, then the right side moves. They glide as opposed to a left front, right rear, right front, left rear. That's tough to say. In that bilateral movement, they glide actually. And that's what gives you that wonderful ride that a walking horse has. So the judge here is looking for a pleasurable ride, for something that you could absolutely ride through a park all day. That's the name of park pleasure class.
I see. Okay.
And you're judging your horses in the same age range. So these are all young horses that were probably started when they were 2. So the most they've had under saddle is 2 years.
And that's really not a lot of time then,
No,
right?
it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. Not to bring out here in front of the lights and a good crowd. And a fair is always a special place to be because of the Ferris wheel and there's something
the
there
music.
that sounds like a siren.
Yeah.
And
That's
there's
true.
a helicopter that keeps flying over.
Right.
At least I really hope that's a helicopter and the headset's not about to bug out on us.
I think you're right.
So, yeah, he just went right down the center
Pretty
of the pen.
low flying
Yes, he
helicopter,
did.
actually.
And our 4-year-olds are kind of wondering what this is.
Yeah.
Here we
Pretty
go with
cool.
our results.
5 4 and under park pleasure entries, and we're going to ride down and get your awards for that first place blue ribbon and the trophy. And in that class, it goes to entry number 162, Doug Garrison, riding Famous Forever. Doug Garrison riding to first. Your second place award, you're going to be riding in number 77, Randall Phillips, aboard Clean Slate. Randall Phillips rides to second on number 77. That third award, third place, ride down number 199. That's Nikki Phillips and the Heavenly Star, 199, third in the class. Fourth place, you're going to ride in fourth, 491. That's Carolyn Gurnt. This genius is a lady, 491. Carolyn Gurnt rides to fourth. And your fifth award, fifth goes to entry number 390, Craig Simpson. What a secret. Craig Simpson to fifth in the class, 390. All of these riders deserve a big round of applause for their contribution to the class. Let's hear it for them.
Craig Simpson take home the 5th prize tonight.
And we did have one rider have to be excused there towards the end because her horse was acting up considerably. So, and that can happen. As you mentioned, they're young horses, and that can sometimes happen.
Our counties do such a great job that the entry fees at a county fair show are not high.
Right.
So it makes for a great place to bring young horses. And you were watching some horses here that you're going to be seeing at Shelbyville possibly in a few years.
Now we're seeing Doug Garrison take his ride for glory there.
He's taking his victory lap.
Forever.
Beautiful sorrel horse with a little bit of flaxen color in the mane, but definitely the flax in the tail. And flaxen is the lighter palomino color. On the sorrel horse would be called flaxen.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, I learned something. I didn't know that. It's called flaxen.
Flaxen. Or flax, F-L-A-X.
Now, that's not a built-up tail, is it?
No, that's a natural tail.
A natural tail. That's beautiful, beautiful horse.
Got the nice long gait. You can see how far he's understriding with his back end. And just really, horse has a very wonderful gait, and that horse has a great future in front of him.
Coming up next is the lead line class. Now this says 6 years and under. Is that the rider? Is 6
That's
years
the rider.
and under?
We're going back from 4-year-old horses to 6-year-old riders. And the lead line is not a judged class. This is, we saw our ponies earlier.
Uh-huh.
And that was for the rider that's ready to take that next step. This is for before you get to the ponies. This is the training wheels stage of horses where we come in and they're led through. And it gives our contestants a chance to get out in the arena. And Suzanne's going to interview our winner now from class number 5.
Hi, I'm here with Doug Garrison, the winner of this last class, 4-year-old under Park Pleasure. Now, of course, the horse is 4 years old or less.
Yes.
How old was your horse?
3.
Okay, when you talk about Park Pleasure, and let me just say, you were my pick. I really like your horse a lot.
Thank you.
Park Pleasure, do they not want a little more animation picking up in the front, or what's different about the Park Pleasure class?
The Park Pleasure is a kind of an in-between a light shod and a padded horse with a chain class. He's got a heavier shoe and goes a little more like a padded horse will, a little deeper in the rear end, a little more head shake, and a little more action up front.
Which yours did, and let me say, each time this horse went around the ring, he got better, which does happen a lot of times because they're getting over their nerves a little bit, but each pass he made was better. And you're also the owner of this horse, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming up here. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, back to this next class.
Great job, Suzanne. Really fascinating, and we enjoyed seeing that, meeting our first place winner.
And rightly described the class for us, the good job they did, and the differences in the class going.
Right.
And how the horse, we talked about him reaching up under himself a little bit more. That's more of a cowboy term, but we're saying the same thing about how a horse moves.
Okay, guess what?
What?
We have 2 pages of entries.
Lead line.
So why don't you take the first one? And we won't be able to match names and numbers at this point, but we'll at least let you know who's in here.
Well, if you see number 119, that's going to be Cole Robertson, and he's riding Ace. Then Wyatt Burchett, you saw him earlier as Shrek, number 75, and he's riding Spot, which I believe was Donkey. Connor Boston and Callie coming in, that's number 120. Jackson Kirby and Arcee, I think is the name of the horse. They're number 121. 122 on the back is Destiny Crawley and Lady. 123 is, that's why you gave me this one, Shira Schreier and Little Man. Number 127 is Samantha McKenzie and Tadpole. Katie Halton is number 164. Addison Simpson, you remember her from the Gone with the Wind days. She's number 129, riding Lacey. 138 is Anessa Wright and Misty Midnight. 35 is Macy Anderson and Savannah Colath, and their Classy Little Babe is their partner. Number 24 is Abby Gurnt and Rev's Treasure. And Lucas Allen is number 597 with Wise Impact.
Now, we saw a moment ago, Cole Walker is up on Clyde, number 151, and he is not being led. He is actually riding that horse. It's a big horse.
Well, Cole barrel races and pole bends on Clyde.
Oh, does he?
And, yeah.
Man. So, okay, and we've got also in this class, we've got 151 is Kevin Crawley. He'll be up on Coco. There you saw 157. That was Mackenzie Burton on Minnie. We're also going to have Blaze Stokes on Rooster. He'll be number 224. Reagan Hurst will be up on Happy, number 144. Number 772 will be Tucker Phillips on Hard Feeling. Gracie Julian will be up on Kusamister, number 149. Zaya Peace on Molly, number 152. Caleb Cotterman will be up on Greens. Dream Girl Patches, he'll be 153 when you see him come through here. Brad Clark will be up on Turbo, 156. And I'm not sure. River Gordon on Peg. number 162. Brooklyn Gordon on Jarbo, 171. Haley Julian on Jack, 148. Oh, here we got Wheeler Dealer. That's got Connor Bryant and Dakota Moss up there. Allison Bartlett will be on spot. Cody Bartlett will be on red spot. And Caitlin Goki will be up on Threats Pride of Texas. And Hadley Key will be on Unzip Me, honey.
What'd you say? I wasn't paying attention?
I'm not telling you to unzip me, honey. I'm just saying that's the name of the horse.
Becky, I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention.
There you go. All right, so.
Let me put the zipper tab.
You're so funny.
Now, these are lead line. They're not judged. And in the lead line class here for years, Mr. Fred Robertson at the County Night at the Show always gave a silver dollar to our contestants.
Wow.
And
are they continuing that?
well, I don't know. I haven't heard anybody say. But that was how the lead line class
always came
to be here. And that's one reason why it's such a big class. Lots of our champions of today started off right here in the lead line class.
Now they're going to line up. We've got about